Have you ever noticed how things feel a little different after 60? Maybe you find yourself getting tired quicker, or that climb up the stairs feels steeper than it used to. Maybe you've been forgetting names more often, or you're just not sleeping as soundly as before. You might chalk it up to getting older, and sure, aging brings changes, but here's the truth. Not everything that happens as we age is just part of the normal process. Some things sneak up on us. Quietly, slowly, and dangerously. They don't always cause pain or come with a big warning sign. No dramatic symptoms. No sirens. Just a slow, silent drift into problems that can seriously affect how long we live and how well we live. Today, we're going to have a real heart-to-heart conversation about 5 of the most overlooked silent killers that tend to creep in after 60. This isn't about fear, it's about awareness. Because when we know what to look out for, we can take simple, smart steps to protect ourselves. Let's get into it. Let's say you wake up one morning feeling just a little off. Nothing dramatic. Maybe a little dizzy, maybe your vision's slightly blurred, or you feel more sluggish than usual. You drink some water, take a walk around the house, and it fades. A couple of weeks later, it happens again. And again. Until one day, it doesn't fade, and you're sitting in a hospital room with a blood pressure cuff on your arm and a doctor looking concerned. High blood pressure, hypertension, is one of the sneakiest threats out there. It's called the silent killer for a reason. Most people don't feel it. It doesn't come with a flashing light or a loud signal. But quietly, over time, it puts tremendous strain on your heart and your arteries. And if it goes unchecked, it can lead to heart attacks, strokes, kidney problems, even memory issues. The good news is, it's manageable. And not just with pills. One of the best things you can do is keep moving. Regular walks, light stretching, even dancing in the living room to your favorite tunes. Eat real food, less salt, more vegetables, more potassium from things like bananas or sweet potatoes. And here's the simplest tip: breathe. Deep, slow breathing helps lower stress and your blood pressure. But sometimes it's not your blood pressure that's working against you, it's your blood sugar. And that brings us to another quiet troublemaker that too many folks don't notice until it's already taken a toll. Type 2 diabetes can creep in with hardly any symptoms at all. Maybe a little extra thirst. Maybe a few more bathroom trips. Maybe some blurry vision or slow healing cuts. Small things that are easy to brush off. But over time, if left unmanaged, diabetes can damage your nerves, your kidneys, your eyesight, even your brain. What's tricky is that many people don't even know they have it. Or they think, my sugar's just a little high, it's not a big deal. But it is a big deal. Because high blood sugar doesn't stay still, it progresses. Quietly. So what can you do? Start by getting tested regularly, even if you feel fine. If you already have prediabetes or diabetes, don't panic. You have more power than you think. Eating balanced meals with fiber and healthy fats can work wonders. Moving your body helps your cells use sugar better. And sleep? Oh, sleep is a hidden hero. Just getting a good night's rest helps your body regulate blood sugar more effectively. Now, I know it's easy to think, I don't want to give up the things I enjoy. I've lived my life, I deserve that cookie or that sweet tea. And you do. But it's all about balance. You can enjoy life and protect it at the same time. You've earned that right. Here's something else many folks overlook, especially because it doesn't come with a warning label. Chronic inflammation. Sounds like something from a science class, right? But it's not some abstract idea. It's real. And it's affecting millions of older adults, silently. Inflammation isn't all bad. It's actually how your body fights infection or heals injuries. But when it sticks around, when your body is always in a low-level state of inflammation, it becomes dangerous. Think of it like a fire that never quite goes out. It might not be raging, but it's still burning. And over time, it can damage tissues, wear down your immune system, and contribute to diseases like cancer, Alzheimer's, and heart disease. And here's the kicker: you don't feel inflammation the way you'd feel a cut or a bruise. But you might notice you're more tired than usual, or your joints ache a little more, or you catch colds more often. So how do we fight something so invisible? Well, food is your first line of defense. Turmeric, berries, leafy greens, fatty fish. These are your allies. Reducing processed foods, fried snacks, and sugary drinks helps too. And stress. Yes, stress is an inflammation booster. That's why making time to laugh, breathe, connect with others, or even just sit quietly with a cup of tea can help you more than you think. These threats may be silent, but your actions don't have to be. You've got a lifetime of wisdom, experience, and strength behind you. You don't have to fight aging, you just have to live it smartly. Now that we've looked at a few of these hidden health traps, let's keep going and explore another one that might be even closer than you think. Sometimes, the most dangerous things in life aren't the ones that come rushing at you, they're the ones that slowly sneak in while you're busy living your day-to-day life. And one of the sneakiest? Muscle loss. Now, I know that might not sound like a killer at first, but hear me out. After the age of 60, most people start losing muscle mass without even realizing it. It doesn't happen overnight. It's not like one day you're strong and the next day you're not. It's a slow drift. Your arms feel a little weaker. Your balance isn't quite what it used to be. You find it harder to get up off the couch or carry the groceries in one trip. This condition has a name, sarcopenia. But forget the fancy term. The important thing is what it means. Less muscle doesn't just make you feel weaker. It affects your balance, your energy, your metabolism, and even your independence. Falls become more likely. Recovery from illness takes longer. And daily life, simple things like walking upstairs or getting out of bed, gets harder. That's why muscle loss is more than just an inconvenience. It quietly steals quality of life. But here's the empowering part. Muscle loss is not inevitable. Your body still responds to movement. In fact, strength training is one of the most powerful things you can do after 60. And no, I'm not talking about heavy weights at the gym. Even light resistance, lifting soup cans at home, using resistance bands, or doing chair squats can make a huge difference. It's never too late to build strength. I've seen folks in their 70s, even 80s, start a simple routine and gain back not just strength, but confidence. And let's talk about protein. It's often overlooked in older diets, but your body needs it to rebuild and maintain muscle. So whether it's eggs, beans, chicken, tofu, or even a good quality protein shake, make sure your meals have enough of the building blocks your muscles need. And if you're thinking, but I'm not trying to be a bodybuilder, don't worry. This isn't about big muscles. It's about staying strong enough to live your life the way you want to play with your grandkids, to walk through the park, to dance a little in the kitchen. Now, while we're talking about things that creep in quietly, let's not ignore something that hides even deeper, inside the mind. Depression and loneliness. Now I know, that might sound like a surprising entry on a list of silent killers. But the truth is, depression in older adults is more common than most people think. And what makes it especially dangerous is how quiet it can be. You don't have to be crying all day to be depressed. It might just feel like you've lost interest in things you used to enjoy. Or you feel tired even after sleeping. Maybe you're eating less or more. Maybe there's a constant heaviness you can't explain. And loneliness, well, it's become a silent epidemic. As people age, they often lose touch with old friends, see family less often, or simply spend more time alone. It can feel isolating. But what many don't realize is that loneliness isn't just emotional, it has real, physical effects. It's been linked to higher risks of heart disease, weakened immune systems, and even cognitive decline. That's how powerful our emotional health is. It literally shapes how our body functions. The most important thing to remember? You are not alone. There's no shame in feeling low. No shame in needing someone to talk to. Whether it's a trusted friend, a doctor, a support group, or even a friendly neighbor, you'd be amazed at how much a simple conversation can lighten the weight on your chest. And there are so many small things that can lift your spirit. Getting out in the sunshine, volunteering, picking up a new hobby, or even revisiting an old one you used to love. Learning something new, yes, even now. Especially now. Your brain and heart crave stimulation and connection, no matter your age. And remember, laughter is medicine. Joy is strength. You've lived through so much. You've seen highs and lows. But that doesn't mean the best chapters are behind you. It means you've got the wisdom now to make the most of every single day ahead. So as we keep moving forward, let's look at one more quiet danger that many people don't see coming, one that has nothing to do with how you feel on the outside, but everything to do with how your body keeps things running on the inside. And that brings us to one of the most overlooked dangers in aging, chronic inflammation. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Inflammation? Isn't that just what happens when I sprain my ankle or cut my finger? And you'd be right. That kind of inflammation is your body's natural way of healing. Comes, it does its job, and it goes away. But the type we're talking about here is different. It's low-grade, persistent inflammation that lingers quietly in your body for years. You don't see it. You don't feel it, at least not directly. But it's there. And it's been linked to everything from heart disease and diabetes to Alzheimer's and even certain cancers. Doctors sometimes call it inflammaging because of how closely it's tied to aging. And the sneaky thing is, it builds up over time, like a slow-burning fire you never noticed was there. But here's the silver lining. You have more control over this than you think. Your everyday choices, the food you eat, how much you move, how well you sleep, and even how you handle stress, can either fuel the fire or help calm it down. Let's start with food because it's something we deal with every single day. You don't need a fancy, restrictive diet. Just focus on adding more whole, colorful foods, fruits, vegetables, leafy greens, whole grains, nuts, fatty fish like salmon. These are loaded with antioxidants and nutrients that help your body fight inflammation naturally. And while the occasional treat is perfectly okay, we're not here to take the joy out of life. Be mindful of the usual suspects: too much sugar, processed snacks, and trans fats. They're like gasoline on that low-burning fire. Then there's movement. You don't need to be doing high-intensity workouts or running marathons. In fact, too much intense exercise can do the opposite. What your body craves is gentle, consistent activity. A daily walk, light stretching, dancing in your living room with your favorite music. These things keep your blood flowing, your joints moving, and your inflammation in check. Sleep is another silent hero. As we age, sleep patterns change, but deep, restful sleep is when your body repairs itself. Without it, inflammation tends to rise. So be kind to your nighttime routine. Turn off screens a bit earlier, keep your bedroom cool and dark, and try relaxing rituals, like a warm bath or reading a calming book before bed. And finally, let's talk about stress. Not all stress is bad, but chronic stress, the kind that hums in the background day after day, can wreak havoc on your body. It pumps out hormones like cortisol that ramp up inflammation and wear down your immune system. That's why finding ways to unwind isn't just about feeling better. It's about living longer and healthier. Meditation, deep breathing, gardening, listening to music, spending time with people who lift your spirits. These aren't luxuries, they're essentials. The older we get, the more we realize that peace of mind is health. And speaking of health, there's one last silent killer we have to talk about. It's one that often goes unnoticed because it hides in the background of everything we do. It's something so common, so normalized, that many people don't even think of it as a threat. But over time, it can quietly break down your body, your heart, and even your happiness. And that last quiet threat? It's sitting too much. Now, before you laugh that one off, really think about it. How many hours a day do you spend sitting? Watching TV, reading, scrolling on your phone, eating meals, maybe even just resting after doing errands or chores. It all adds up. And the older we get, the more that sitting becomes the default. But here's the thing. Long periods of sitting, especially without regular movement, can seriously impact your health. Studies have shown it increases the risk of heart disease, high blood pressure, blood clots, even type 2 diabetes. And yes, it's been linked to an increased risk of early death. And the scariest part? You can still be technically active and be at risk if you're sitting most of the day. That means going for a morning walk but then staying on the couch the rest of the day still puts you in the danger zone. But don't worry, it's not about turning into a fitness guru or standing up every 5 minutes with a timer. It's about small, steady changes that your body will thank you for. One of the best things you can do? Break up your sitting time. Every 30 to 60 minutes, just stand up. Walk around the room. March in place while brushing your teeth. Do a few leg lifts while watching your favorite show. These little movement snacks throughout the day keep your blood flowing and your body energized. A lot of folks over 60 say, well, I'm slowing down, it's just part of getting older. And yes, slowing down is natural. But stopping isn't. Movement doesn't have to be big to be powerful. Even 5 to 10 minutes here and there can wake up your muscles, support your joints, and even boost your mood. Try putting things you use often in different parts of the house so you have to get up and walk to reach them. Or take phone calls while standing or walking. These aren't life disruptions, they're life enhancers. And here's a little motivation. Every time you get up and move, you're telling your body, I'm still in the game. You're investing in your independence, your strength, and your joy. Because that's really what this is all about, isn't it? Not just avoiding disease or adding years to your life, but adding life to your years. Feeling good. Waking up with purpose. Enjoying your grandkids, your hobbies, your favorite meals. Traveling. Laughing. Dancing. Being you, fully and freely. Yes, we've talked about some heavy things, silent killers that often don't get the attention they deserve. But here's the hopeful truth. Knowing about them gives you power. Power to make changes. Power to protect yourself. Power to feel better every single day. And you don't have to do it all at once. Just one small habit, one better choice, one movement, one healthy meal, each one adds up. Bit by bit, you're building a healthier, stronger future. So if this video gave you something to think about, or reminded you that it's never too late to start, I'd love to hear from you. Drop a comment below. Share your story, your questions, or just say hi. This community is all about support and encouragement, and your voice matters. And if you found this helpful, go ahead and tap that like button. It really helps others find the video too. And don't forget to subscribe, because we've got plenty more tips, stories, and inspiration coming your way. Here's to strength, to joy, to living fully, boldly, and brightly at every age. Because your best years aren't behind you. They're right here, right now. Let's make them count.